Hey gang, Bender here. Just popping in to show you a little bit of progress I made since the last video. As you can see, I'm wearing some new things, some neat new items. These neat boots here, the nano boots. And I've got a lap pack on, which is essentially a battery backpack. So the lap pack holds 300,000 EU, which powers things like my nano suit boots, which instead of taking damage, take damage in the form of energy loss. So with the lap pack on, my nano suit boots will last longer. Also, my new tools will last longer. My diamond drill, my chainsaw, my electric wrench, all powered by my lap pack, so I don't have to keep running back and forth to repower them in my MFE. Some improvements to the house here. I've put down an anvil. I've built up my enchanting table with all the bookshelves. The 15 bookshelves that provide the higher level enchantments. Aside from that, I've built up a couple things down here that I wanted to show you. I built some coke ovens. Ta-da! So now I can cook up coke. I'll run my own Breaking Bad operation here. I'll be the William White. I'll be the robot William White. I'll be Breaking Bender. And I've got the creosote oil being pumped out into this huge iron tank I made. 3.9 million units, barrels, milliliters, whatever. That is a huge amount of storage. I had built these in preparation to start a railroad up to connect everybody on the server here. But apparently, Chief Slapaho and Murdoch, Chief being Kilted Cowboy, they have already had that idea and have gotten a head start on me, and have already set up a system and a blast furnace and everything, and have already pre-made a ton of rails. So I think I'm going to shut down my operation, maybe just cook up the coke for a fuel source, and then use the creosote oil also for a fuel source, and maybe a little bit of rails. We'll see how that works. But the main rail system that we're going to use for transportation around the server is going to be set up by Chief and Murdoch. So I don't really need this big of a tank. The cool thing about these iron tanks, it's a Railcraft mod edition. You need to make iron plates in the rolling machine. I'll come back and talk about that. But the cool thing about the iron tanks is you can break the iron tank and you go, oh no, I just lost all that creosote. No, you didn't. You can break them down and then replace them, and boom, it remembers how much you had and it gives it back to you, so you don't lose anything. As long as this center block here, this one that I'm pointing at, as long as that one is not broken, you can shrink it down, you can break it and rebuild it. You obviously need to have a 3x3 at least base of a tank, and I think it has to be 3 or 4 high at minimum. So I could carve this down by a couple layers. I think this one's like 5x7 or something, or 5x5. So I can carve this tank down, make it smaller, and build a second tank, and it'll still remember how much I have here in creosote oil. I won't lose that at all. So that's a really cool thing. Back over here to the rolling machine, I found this is an ideal use of the clockwork engine, since you have to wind this up to provide power to the rolling machine. Now if you notice, the Minecraft joules go down by 1 tick, or 1 every tick. You see them slowly going down as the engine is powering it. In between strokes it's losing power. This machine is constantly losing power if it has power. So you don't really want to set up an engine to it that's constantly running, because you'll just be constantly spending power. This clockwork engine is perfect because you just put in what you need rolled out, like iron plates. You put 4 iron bars, and it'll roll them into 4 iron plates for you. And without wasting energy, you just crank it up, get what you need, and then you're done. And the rest just goes slowly to waste. So with the clockwork engine, you're not burning fuel unnecessarily. So just wanted to show you that. Also, go out here, I'll show you. I've just put in a few new solar arrays. I got 2 solar arrays and some more solar panels. Getting to work on building the solar arrays into higher tiered solar arrays. Right now these are low voltage solar arrays, and as such they deliver 8 times what a solar panel is. It takes 8 solar panels to build 1 low voltage solar array. Now to get to the next step, a medium voltage solar array, it takes 8 low voltage solar arrays. So that's a total of 64 solar panels. That's quite a lot of solar panels. And to get to a high voltage solar array will take you 64, or I mean not 64, it will take you 8 medium voltage solar arrays. So it just gets exponentially bigger. Here is my nether portal with a zombie pigman guarding it. Hello, buddy. How you doing? Welcome to the overworld. Whoa, what's that you say? You don't like it here? It's a little wet? Yeah. A little rainy. I don't blame you. Let's go into the nether and I'll show you. I have connected this tunnel. I have connected this portal to the tunnel in the nether that leads over to Chief and Murdoch's place. So we run through here and down the tunnel, and I can easily get to the other people's places. Pretty convenient. It's a good temporary solution until we get the railroad up and running. See, down there is their portal, as you can see by my my bookmark there. What is it? A waypoint. Yeah, the waypoint there. So very convenient to have the nether tunnels as a quick mode of transport through the world. Since I believe it's every step in the nether corresponds to 8 steps in the overworld. Very convenient. So that's that. And over there in the distance you'll see a large pillar with a track on top of it, and that is going to be the railroad. We decided to make it a monorail, and Chief and Murdoch have been working on that. And they got a steam locomotive set up, so they're going to have a refueling station along the way, and I imagine it's going to come around from my place down to that group of where everyone else lives and over by the spawn. I'm not sure if they're going to connect it to Robert's place. Probably eventually they will. But for now, this is going to be the station here in front of my house. Is going to be the Bender Station. We'll come up with a better name for it. But yeah, it's going to be awesome. I can't wait to give that a go. Alright, I'm back. I just wanted to show you this iron tank. I decided to break it down, and I figured I might as well record the footage so you can join along in the fun. So I'm going to tear this puppy down, and if this works right, which it will, it should. I mean, it's supposed to, and I've already tried it before, but I'm going to break down a couple layers of this guy and turn him into a small tank, and then I'll build up a second tank next to it. Okay, so I've got it down to a 3x3, and now, wow, I got a lot of pieces. We just build out the frame. Oops, I didn't want to put that there actually. I was going to put a glass piece there so we could see through. I wanted to make the edges see through. And put in the remaining walls. Let's put a valve in so we can pump in the creosote oil. And put in these and the last three, and it should fill. Ta-da! And there's my creosote oil. And I've shrunk this down now from a 3.9 million unit tank to a 720,000 unit tank, which is probably plenty of space, and I have a ton of leftover pieces. I could make several other tanks to hold various things, such as lava, oil, fuel, whatever. So there you go, and I can build another one here. Oh, that top's got to be covered. There we go. And it doesn't matter what pieces you make the sides out of, as long as the frame is made out of this iron tank wall. You can fill in the gaps with the iron tank gauge, or the iron tank valve, or the iron tank wall. It doesn't matter. As long as you got it in the correct format, it turns, boom. All the glass kind of fuses together and it turns into a tank. And now I've got another 720,000 gallon tank, whatever tank. And just a ton of tank walls. So yeah, pretty cool contraptions, those tanks. Really like those. I got that string from those heat scar spiders, the flame string. I got this string from the spiders that were in the nether, as you saw. And then I came over here where Chief has planted a bunch of trees that I'm guessing came from the nether and the twilight forest. First I want to show you this cool texture. Look at that. It's like dropping letters. It's like enchanting, an enchanting tree. Some of these things I've never seen before. Here's a tree with a heart on it. But yeah, really weird. I don't know what's up with those trees. New things with the new mod pack. But I was looking for a tree to make a bow out of. What kind of tree is this? This is fusewood. Fusewood leaves. Nether tree with an explosive personality. So a fusewood, I think I can make a bow out of that. I can make a fusewood bow with 3 fusewood sticks and a 3 flame strings. So I need 3 fusewood sticks. The only thing is that I'm going to have to take a piece of wood here to do it. But, oops, it's for the greater good, so I shall do so. I'll grab one off the top so as not to, like, kill the tree. I assume that's how that works. Ugh, I'm not going to make that jump. Okay, we'll just carve our way up the tree then. Alright, hey, I got a sapling. So, no harm, no foul. I can cut this down and replant it. But I only need 1 piece of wood, so I'm just going to take one out of the center. Whoa! Ho 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 ho! Okay, so that's what explosive personality means. That kind of startled me. It explodes when you chop into it. So, but I needed that for the bow, so there we go. And now I have my own explosive tree sapling. There. So we shall get back home and do a little crafting. Actually, I can just craft this here. So I've got this clipboard. Real handy thing. As long as it's in your hotbar, you can assign a key to it. I've assigned X to it. I think the default is C, but that's assigned to like 8 different things, so it doesn't work. So I assigned it to X, which doesn't have a keybind to it. So I hit X if it's in my anywhere in my taskbar or my hotbar. I don't have to be holding it. Just hit X and I get the clipboard come up, and that allows me to use it like a little handheld crafting table. But the cool thing about the clipboard here, it's got a few features I wanted to show you. It's got these buttons here. This button here with the little kind of looks like a circle inside a square, or a piece of a circle inside a square. If you stick something in there, it'll around the outside and hit it, it'll automatically put it around the outside. So like if it's a quick way to make furnaces, it'll distribute all the blocks evenly that way. So it's a real quick way to make like furnaces or chests or other commonly used item. Machine frames, I believe, are like that with refined iron. Very convenient to use that. Oh yeah, that button there automatically returns everything, so you don't have to sit there and do what I just did and click around on each individual one. This top button here, this is neat too. Really like this. Let's say I wanted to make some stairs. I just put in the pattern. I don't have to distribute, and you click that and it distributes it evenly, or as even as possible across the entire pattern. So that is a real handy feature. Another cool feature of the clipboard is if I was, let's say I was making something that required that, and then I needed something that was in a chest that I didn't have in my inventory. Whoops, I forgot. Now normally if you were on a crafting table and you close out the clip or the crafting interface, what happens is you throw all your stuff onto the ground. However, with the clipboard, it stays there. So you can leave your stuff and be like, oops, I forgot, and then go over to your chest or whatever, grab your stuff, come back, and it's still there. To this end, it can also be used as a small storage space. You can just cram a bunch of stuff up in there and leave it there, and now you'll see my inventory has been freed up. So it acts like a little backpack as well. Really neat, really useful item, the clipboard. And very easy to make. Let's go ahead and look at the recipe here. Clipboard is just wood, paper, and then a piece of iron. Very, very easy to make. Very handy. I use it all the time. So let's go ahead and craft up some boards and some sticks, and we shall make a bow. Ta-da! Fused wood bow. And I'm assuming, since the description of the string said more durable than string, that this has an increased durability. I'm not sure if it does explosive damage. I'll have to get home and check, get some arrows, and we shall see. Okay, so I've made it back home, and I just wanted to grab some arrows here. I made up a bunch of arrows. I got a ton of arrows, 64, 29, and I just want to test this bow out and see what it's like, and if it has an increased durability or any kind of special explosive effect. That would be awesome. So let's go find a target. Aha, there is a angry zombie swimming in the lake here, and so we'll just see how this goes. Right between the eyes. Oh, I didn't notice any explosion, but it does seem to be, I don't know, is it any more durable than a normal bow? Hard to tell. The string itself said it was more durable, but doesn't seem more durable. I don't know. But let us go and enchant this. I've got 20 levels here, so let's see what we can put on this. Anything neat. Get up to 30. 16, 3, 16, 30. Should I enchant it? I don't know. I don't know. I think maybe I am just going to wait, because I'm going to go down and do a little bit of coal mining, and that should increase my levels. I want to put a high level enchant on it. See if I can't get, unbreaking. Maybe a couple would be cool, like flame, fire aspect, and, something cool. Like, I don't need infinity, because I got so many arrows, and I got so much flint. This was what I was looking for. This is the natural XP farm that I came across. I was just digging out down here, and I found this little waterfall. Goes down into the little dungeon here, where there's a zombie spawner. That the water current pushes all the zombies either back into this corner here, or down here into this hole. When I first stumbled upon this, I came upon like probably 10 zombies down here, and all I had to do was just sit here and just whack them to death like this. They couldn't fight against the current to get back up to me. So this is a perfect spawner. I found a couple of cool books in here too. The Smite 4 books, enchanted books I found in here. Also some tin ingots, nothing of real consequence. But those were some cool enchanted books. But this is the XP farm I found. And I had written down the coordinates and I lost the piece of paper. So now I'm definitely going to mark this with a waypoint. So we'll put a new waypoint as XP farm 1. Okay. And I don't want to look at that while I'm in the nether. So the overworld only. Blue's cool color. Done. Ha! Nice try.